And that's how you get a 360 website analytics system so that you can see the full picture. My name is Maestro Stevens, the Fresh Prince of WordPress. Welcome to the Iconic Templates YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated to helping you build a WordPress ecosystem through useful tips, tutorials, and resources. This tutorial is going to be me sharing with you how you can use the power of Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Microsoft Clarity to create a 360 view of your website, or as I like to say, seeing the full picture, a complete picture of the website by connecting these tools together, which I believe is a trifecta of website analytics. I'm going to show you how to set up your Google Analytics. I'm going to show you how to set up your Google Search Console. And I'm going to show you how to set up your Microsoft Clarity account. And then I'm going to top it all off by showing you how to add it to your WordPress website. This is all about adding web analytics to your website, the cheapest, most affordable way, and one of the easiest and fastest ways. Let's dive into a little bit of information behind these technologies. All three tools work together to give you a complete view of how people use your website. Like a puzzle, each tool gives you different pieces of information. When you put all the pieces together, you have a complete picture of how people use your site and what you can do to improve it. And that's what it's all about, being able to track and measure for improvement. Think of this infographic here as a reminder that you have your website in the middle, and when you connect your analytics properties to your website, each one is like a puzzle piece that is giving you another piece to a bigger picture. It's giving you more information to a bigger picture. And that's the reason why I call this the trifecta website analytics, because it's only taking 3 analytical tools to give you a lot of data. So let's start off with what Google Analytics is. Google Analytics is like a map that shows you where people go when they visit your website. It helps you see things like how many people visit your site, how long they stay, and what pages they look at. Google Search Console is a tool that helps you understand how people find your website. It shows you what keywords people use to find your site, and if any issues might make it harder for people to find your site in search engines. Microsoft Clarity is like a movie camera that records what people do on your website. It helps you see things like where people click and how they use the site in a visual way. So think of this infographic here as a reminder of the specialties of what all these analytical tools do. Google Analytics is like your map. I have Google Search Console next to a Swiss Army knife because I feel like Google Search Console is the Swiss Army knife of Google Search. And then we have Microsoft Clarity next to a picture of a camera because it is a great way for you to get visual data, visual information on your website in a different way that Google Analytics gives you. And it also helps you improve the user experience on your website as well. Let's jump into setting up Google Analytics. First, you will want to go to analytics.google.com and sign in with your Google account. If you don't already have a Google account, you're going to want to create a Google account. And then once you log into your analytics, you're going to create a new account right here that says create new account. Now, I've already created a new account, but for the sake of just showing you really quickly what that looks like, if you haven't already done so, you're just going to go through this very simple setup process where you add the name of the account, and then you're going to add your first property, which is your website. Once you add your first property or your website, you're going to now see this column right here, which is the property column. So you have your account column, then you have your property column. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new property based off of the demo site that we have here. Again, think of your properties as websites. So I'm going to click next. I'm not going to do any of the advanced options, and I'm not going to check any of these here. I'm just going to create the property. Now I have my property and I'm ready to add my websites. Underneath choose platform, I'm going to click web because we're not adding any apps. And from there, I'm going to add in the URL that I just took from my demo site. And then I can name the stream here. I'm going to do something to call it basically the same thing. Now I want to click create stream. So now I've created my stream for my property, for my website, and Google is giving me some ways that I can install it to my website, but I don't want to do that just yet, even though I can do that. And this is how you would install it manually. We're going to use the Google Sitekit plugin to install it to make things easier. So now that I've done this, I am ready to go. I have created my property for my website, and I could do some more optimization to this property, but I'm going to save that for another tutorial because we can dive deep into that and it's going to make this video way longer than what it needs to be. I'm also going to show you how to set up and link Google Search Console with your Google Analytics property so that way they are integrated together and give you even more information. Let's go over to Google Search Console. Now that I'm in the Google Search Console, and if you don't know how to find Google Search Console, you can just Google it, or you can go to search.google.com. It is search.google.com. And in Google Search Console, if you already don't have a property within this account, you would go to add property. From here, you have two options. You can add the domain or you can add the URL prefix. 90% of the time, maybe 80, you're going to add in the domain. So just add in your website with, we'll just say iconicdemo.com without any backslashes, without any HTTP or HTTPS, nothing like that. If you specifically have a reason why you want to just add a certain prefix of your domain, then you would add that here. I want you to also keep in mind, because this may confuse some people, if you do it just as a domain only, it's going to require you to log into your DNS, your domain name server. So basically, whoever you bought your domain with, is it GoDaddy? Is it Namecheap? Is it Google? Who did you buy your domain with? You're going to have to log into that in order to verify this. Whereas there's multiple verification methods when you do the URL prefix. So I'm going to do the URL prefix in this situation because I'm specifically using a subdomain. I'm going to click continue. And because I have bought my domain with Google domains and Google loves Google, it was an easy auto verification process. If I did not have my domain with Google, I would have had to verify it in another way. And it's very easy to verify. Google walks you through it with the directions, but I just wanted to let you know if it's not that easy for you, it's because of the fact that they want you to verify it in another way since they don't own the domain. So now I can click go to property. And now I'm here. I've just created a new Google Search Console property and a Google Analytics property. And now we want to link them together. We want to integrate the two. There's two ways to do that. If I'm in Google Search Console and I go to settings and I go to associations, you'll see it says connect Google Analytics property to this property. It's so many properties. Oh, it's so funny saying the word property now. So I can click associate right here and do it this way. Or I can go to Google Search Console here in the properties tab or column, Search Console links. Click link here, and then I can choose the account. So once I get into choose the account, if the account is not here, I would click add property and then add site to Search Console. And then that way, you're now creating a Search Console property from Google Analytics. So if you already have the property set up in Google Search Console, it'll show up in this list here. And all you have to do is check this box and then click confirm. If you don't have a Google Search Console property set up already and you go through this process, you would click add new property and then allow it to create a new property for you. So I'm going to click confirm here. I'm going to click next. I'm going to select the web stream. I'm going to click next again, and I'm going to click submit. Now we have a link created label here, or notification. And now we have Google Analytics and Google Search Console successfully linked together. So that's 2 out of the 3 so far. Now let's go to Microsoft Clarity and let's create a new project. Microsoft Clarity, they call them projects, and Google Analytics and Search Console, they call them properties. So let's click new project, and then I'm going to add the name, the website in the name area and the URL area. So I can delete this if I want to, and then add in new project. Okay. Now we have a few different ways that we can add this to our website. As I mentioned to you before, I wanted to show you how to add this to your website the easiest way, but give you some alternatives as well too. Before I do that, let's go to settings and let's connect this to Google Analytics. I'm going to go to settings and then setup, get started, Google Analytics integration. I'm going to log in. It's going to connect to my property. And now I have Google Analytics connected with Microsoft Clarity, or integrated with Microsoft Clarity. The next part is we want to add these different analytics tools to our website. The easiest way to do this, and hey, if you don't want to add multiple plugins to your website in order to connect your website analytical tools, it's okay. But I want to share with you the easiest and fastest way to do so first, and then give you some alternative suggestions afterward. As you can see in the WordPress repo, the plugin repo, I'm going to search for Google because I'm looking for Google Sitekit or Sitekit by Google. I'm going to install this and activate this. So this is how we're going to connect our Google Analytics and Google Search Console to our website. And while it's doing that, I'm going to add Microsoft Clarity as well. So just type in Microsoft, or you can type in Clarity and install this plugin. I'm going to go to install plugins and then bulk action activate both of them at the same time. Now we have Microsoft Clarity and Sitekit by Google on our website and activated, so we can connect our analytics properties to our website. Let's start off with Google Analytics first. So I'm going to start setup here. And I'm going to check this box, connect analytics as a part of your setup, so I can connect Google Analytics to my website while I'm setting everything up. First, you're going to have to sign into Google. And then once you signed in, it's going to ask you to verify. Now, if you're already verified, then you'll see a notification that says you're already verified. If not, it's going to have you verify the same way or a similar way as Google Search Console did. So I'm going to click next here again, and then next here one more time, and next for one last time. Now we have Google Analytics connected to our website. So let me look for the right property, the one that I just set up, which is going to be this one right here. And I'm going to configure analytics. You'll need to grant site permissions to create a new analytics property on your behalf. So what this means and what it's doing is, because I haven't created a universal analytics tag, it's creating one for me. I think that right now, at the time of this video, Google is just figuring things out, but because universal analytics is going to be sunsetting soon or going away, this is going to be irrelevant, this point right here. but I'm going to proceed anyway and let it create a universal analytics account just because that's how they have the tool right now. So I'm going through this process again as far as just giving Google permissions. Okay, good. And let's double check it. Let's go to settings here. And we have connected, connected, and connected. So everything is connected. As you can see, Google Analytics and Google Search Console. When it comes to Google Analytics 4, you see it's connected, my measurement ID. If you would like, you don't have to go through Google Analytics, the plugin, to connect your website to Google Analytics. This plugin can be just used to see a snapshot or some basic analytics on your WordPress website instead of going over to Google Analytics. But if you want to connect Google Analytics to your website through this plugin, you can so by toggling these on or off right here. So I don't need universal analytics code. I'm going to toggle that off and then save or confirm changes. And now I just have the GA4 code inserted, the snippet added to my website. Microsoft Clarity is just as easy. You're going to find that in the settings and then in Clarity down here. And if you're logged into Microsoft, you should easily just see this drop down menu and your project right here and just click connect. Now you have Microsoft Clarity and Google Analytics both connected to your website. And then you have Microsoft Clarity and Google Search Console connected to Google Analytics. If you want to know a few alternative routes to connecting Google Analytics or Microsoft Clarity to your website, these are ways that I recommend you do so. The first way would be to add the codes manually to a code snippets plugin. So I will just type in code snippets in the repository here, the plugin repository. And you can use whatever snippet plugin you prefer. So an example would be this WP code right here. I'm going to install it and activate it. And then I'm going to go to code snippets and go to the header and footer area. So for Google Analytics, I would do so from the property level here and go to data streams. Click on your data stream here, configure tag setting, then click on installation instructions, click on install manually, and then copy this code and add this into the header area of your code snippet plugin. So now you have the Google Analytics 4 tag inserted. And then when it comes to the Microsoft Clarity tag, you can do so this clicking install manually, copying this to the clipboard, and then adding this in as well too. And then saving changes. So now this tag or these code snippets are added to every page of the website because this is a global header and footer. The next way to be able to do so is a little bit more advanced, only because when it comes to most themes, you're going to need the pro version of the theme, but some themes allow you to add information to the headers and footers directly in the theme very easily. I'm using the Cadence theme on this website, and I don't have the pro version connected, but if I did, you would see another menu here that would say snippets or code. And then you can add your code or your information inside of that. And it looks the same way as the global header and footer area. If it doesn't say code or snippets, my bad. I forgot exactly what the word is, but I do know that the pro version of the Cadence theme has the ability for you to add these code snippets directly on the theme itself. Or you can go into the theme file editor and do it this way. This is another way of being able to add the code directly on the theme. It's just up to your preference and how advanced and how skilled you are with WordPress. But that's why I said I would use the plugins and then I would go from there. So you can see here, for those who are new to WordPress, this may not be comfortable for you. And that's how you get a 360 website analytics system so that you can see the full picture. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications so you get notified when we release new videos.